You're talking about go to the Mrs.TWOWHEELD folder and watch those beginner rider videos, because there's a lot of Honda Shadows out in the world. Make a good beginner or a good beginner learner bike. So does this kind of take you back to memory lane with me riding the Honda and you on your Road King?
I don't know, you know, I never really even thought about it. Like I don't watch you as much like I used to.
Yeah.
You know, obviously when you were on the Honda and I was always in this position or reversed, you know, you're over here, but up front, and like I would always kind of watch you more than I felt like I was watching what I was doing.
Yeah.
Just to keep my eye on you. Now that you're back on it, like I got so used to you just riding and not worrying about you now as much, and like I still look out like ahead to help protect if, you know, I see a car acting stupidly or whatever you want to say. No, I never really gave it any thought, but now that you say it, like, yeah, because this is how it was, you know. Be like, hey, shut your blinker off.
I did, okay.
No, I know you did, but it was always like, hey, your blinker's on. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And now I'm just like, blinker.
I do it too when I ride it. It's always, just got to remember, a lot of times as I'm turning, like I'm still in the turn, I just shut it off, otherwise I'll forget.
Yeah. Usually when I get up to second, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to turn that off.
Yep. That's always another good spot to kind of remember.
All right, Honda Shadow fans, do you leave the blinker on? When do you realize I need to turn the blinker off?
Oh, I could have definitely stayed in second gear.
Yeah, first gear is really low on that.
Yeah.
I could probably just take off in second gear.
Yeah, you gotta give it a lot of gas. I've done it, but
yeah,
it's not ideal. I've taken off in third gear in this thing without really realizing it, wondering like, cancel. So I've taken off in third gear on this and not really wondered why it is like chugging. Like, why is this thing why is this thing acting up? Oh no, I gotta get it into the shop. And then I'm like, I go to shift and I'm like, oh geez, I'm already in third. Like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, because the gearing on this is so different compared to the Heritage, where like I could be going 25 still in first gear. It's just loud.
On your Heritage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 10-15 miles an hour is about all on that, you know, for first.
Yeah.
Yep, we used to come up here, well, we did a time or two anyways, to this church parking lot to let you practice. Remember that?
And I just got defeated and almost angry.
Almost angry, huh?
Like, stop making me do something that I don't want to do anymore. And then I just got so mad at myself that I just ended up doing it. Lots of beginner rider tears shed by this lady.
Yeah, so those of you who have joined the channel in the past few months, go back, find the Mrs.TWOWHEELD folder. I have kind of everything organized. There's turkeys crossing the road.
That's awesome.
Alright, so we're going to slow down here because of these turkeys, and this one might want to cross.
Nope, turn around.
So as I was saying, go find that Mrs.TWOWHEELD folder and you can watch her learning to ride on that Honda Shadow if you haven't already. I know there's a lot of you here because of that Honda Shadow, because there's a lot of them in the world, and they're a very affordable, good starter bike, although some of you beg to cancel. I don't know why this thing keeps triggering. There's deer running across the road up ahead.
Oh, sure. Your Senna?
Yeah, so my Senna keeps triggering. I don't know if there's any more deer, but there were two that ran across by this road. I kind of lost what I was saying because of Senna.
You're talking about go to the Mrs.TWOWHEELD folder and watch those beginner rider videos, because there's a lot of Honda Shadows out in the world. Make a good beginner or a good beginner learner bike.
Oh, and then yeah, so a lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but some of you beg to differ that a 745cc motorcycle is too big for a beginner. And yeah, you know, back in the day, I would say a lot of that held true, but nowadays there's way bigger motorcycles. I mean, that used to be one of the biggest of its time. You can go ahead and go in this other merging lane. That's what it's for.
Yeah, well, I didn't know.
So I'll wait till we get going here. But I kind of beg to differ a little bit, because I know how this exact motorcycle is. So I'm not going to say every Honda Shadow is created equal either, because there's a lot of different models of Honda Shadow. This is a shaft driven motorcycle versus chain, and I feel that that really makes a big difference in learning to ride. It also has that big 21-inch front wheel, which makes it very maneuverable. It's a very forgiving motorcycle. So just that in general makes a big difference. The little bit of rake stance to the forks, I think, helps. And being only a little over 500 pounds, like, I don't know, like 530 some pounds wet.
Yeah.
Low seat height, cancel. Apparently I can't say low seat height.
Hi.
That's the third time now. But I don't know. I would highly recommend that motorcycle to anybody looking to get started or getting reintroduced to motorcycles. Maybe you took 20, 30, 40 years off and want to get back in. Definitely look at a Honda Shadow Spirit.
What's the difference?
Well, there's other Honda Shadow 750s. There's Arrows. I believe there's actually another version too, but they have the front tire is about the same size as the back tire, so the maneuverability is still good. Kind of like the Honda Shadow Phantom. That's still going to be a forgiving motorcycle. It's just doesn't have that big wheel out front. I know, like me personally, I found that I was natural when it come to riding motorcycles, so I probably would have went with a bigger bike knowing what I know now. But I am glad that I started on that bike, because it taught me a lot of respect for motorcycles and things. You know, just a few months later I got a Road King, so I increased the weight by about 300 pounds, and Road Kings are very forgiving, easy to ride. I mean, there's a reason they're police bikes. They're very nimble. I mean, I had to dodge that pothole right at the last second and managed to do it. So I mean, you can just whip these things around anywhere. And I'd probably say the same for your Heritage, really.
Yeah.
These newer motorcycles, they really make forgiving. We're going by Casino Speedway, Sunday night racing.
We are going to enjoy that experience, but in the comfort of our home. We are going to rent the races.
Yep, it's a little different experience. You don't get to eat the dirt. You don't get to hear the loud noise. But we don't have to deal with traffic getting out of here, and we don't have to take a shower when we get home.
Right.
We can definitely watch races for like half the cost, because my uncle is racing one of his friends' cars tonight.
You want to get a thumbnail picture?
I was just gonna say, we better pull in somewhere and get a thumbnail. So yeah, I know that we've made a lot of videos of why the Honda Shadow is a good beginner motorcycle, and I should do like the top 10 reasons. I've done a top 5, but I mean, I can come up with all sorts of reasons for that motorcycle. But that would be another video. We don't have enough time in this video. I don't even know what this video is going to turn into until I get the the footage onto the computer and geez, this road is rough, and start putting it all together.
Two-wheeled and Mrs. Two-wheeled run errands.
Yep. Going to bread run.
Bread run, battery run.
I just like seeing how shiny that thing is. It hasn't been that shiny for probably since like last year. That's the first time I washed it in a while, I hate to admit.
Okay, I want you to pull in first so I can follow you.
Okay.
You gonna go on the bike path again?
We do what we want.
We go where we want.
Oh, I always kick the sissy bar.
They're a little far away, but I'll get the angle here.
Okay. Yeah, I stopped right in where that divot is in the path.
Alright, that's probably good enough.
Okay.
I think I can make something work. A few photos, and I got one little video for a Instagram reel that I am always terrible about using.
Yeah, I should have been taking pictures of you doing this for the life of a motovlogger's wife. Blah, 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 blah.
Hi.
Don't hit me.
Why don't you pull ahead a little?
She's like she's got room.
I know. She's intimidated by the motorcycle.
I'm speeding.
Well, now you definitely are. Got any final thoughts so we can wrap this video up?
You know that saying, you know, you never forget how to ride a bike.
Yep.
You never forget how to ride the bike you learn to ride on.
There you go. Those of you who are thinking about riding motorcycle, living vicariously through us or other YouTubers, but have a fear to ride, obviously there's the inherent risk that you take by riding a motorcycle. But if you're over that initial fear, but you have the fear of learning how to ride, don't be scared. Just sign up for a course. That's the best way to know if you're gonna like riding motorcycle. You start out on a little 250cc motorcycle. If you dump it, you dump it. That's how you learn. That's how you know if you're gonna like it. Or do like I did and just buy the damn motorcycle and then commit and learn to ride. That's my advice. Get out there and live life, have fun. So if you are new to the channel, this happens to be your first video you are watching, and you aren't subscribed, go down, subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified for future uploads and activities. Give this video a big thumbs up. And until the next time, two-wheeled friends and Honda Shadow fans, peace out. And we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.